Hello and welcome to Bangladesh Today. I am Smita Prakash. The garment factory collapse tragedy near Dhaka on April 24th has compelled Western retail manufacturers to rethink their partnerships with Bangladeshi factories, as outraged consumers have threatened to stop shopping in stores that don't take responsibility over where they outsource their products from. How will this affect the $24 billion garment trade in Bangladesh? The Rana Plaza building in Savar near Dhaka collapsed on April 24th, leaving more than 1,100 people dead, exposing the negligent safety standards in these factories. The horrific tragedy is perhaps one of the world's worst industrial accidents and has sent shockwaves across the garment industry.
তো আমরা রানা প্লাজা ধ্বংসের পরে মূলত ফ্যাক্টরিটা কিছুদিন বন্ধ রেখেছিলাম কয়েকদিন এবং সেটা বিজিএমই নির্দেশ মোতাবেক আমরা গতকালকে দুপুরের পরে বিজিএমই থেকে আবার নির্দেশ পেয়েছি ফ্যাক্টরি ওপেন করার জন্য সেই মর্মে আমরা ফ্যাক্টরি ওপেন করেছি এবং আজকে আমাদের কিছু কাজ হচ্ছে আগামীকাল থেকে সকাল থেকে পুরোদমে আমাদের কাজ চলবে
দীর্ঘদিন এই গার্মেন্টসে কাজ করে আসছি আমরা কোনো গ্যাঞ্জাম দেখি নাই কিন্তু হঠাৎ করে রানা প্লাজা ধ্বংস হওয়ার কারণে আমাদের ফ্যাক্টরিতে কিছুদিন গ্যাঞ্জাম চলছে এবং ফ্যাক্টরি বন্ধ ছিল আমরা ফ্যাক্টরি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি খোলা চাই আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রি বেঁচে থাকলে আমরা বেঁচে থাকবো আমরা চাই আমাদের ফ্যাক্টরি খোলা থাকুক
US retail giant Walmart has said it is ramping up inspections in the 279 factories which supply to its stores. The company said in a statement it is committed to meticulous inspections of 100% of its factories that supply private label or goods directly to the company within 6 months, and that it will immediately release results of fire, safety and electrical inspections where worker safety is in jeopardy. Walmart has even asked the Sheikh Hasina government to look into the structure of another factory, Liz Apparel's building, which has supplied to Walmart in the past. The factory's managing director, Khandakar Muhammad Saiful Islam, says that some cracks have developed in the building, but they aren't dangerous.
We actually communicate with the expertise. Like Bangladesh, they are Sohidullah Associates. They are very renowned and they are very expert to investigate and find out the building crack or building assessment. So they already investigate this building and they say that this building is safe. So what else actually we saw that it is okay. Building is okay and the crack is only tiny hair crack, not actually structural problem or beam problem. So building is safe. After Savar incident, we investigate our all factories with our engineering team, own engineering team and other engineering team together. And we find that one of our building that was 10 line, 3 factories, that is building was so old and the building owner is not provided us the building structural design and approval copy. Then immediately we shut down this factory and we close it and we paid all the benefits and wages according to the law.
Meanwhile, two of the world's biggest fashion retailers, Inditex and H&M, along with a number of other companies, have agreed on a pact which is aimed at preventing another Savar-like disaster.
I do, I suppose, like whether it's built like a sweatshop or something like that, you don't want to buy it if the people are, like, they work under hard conditions and things like that. And if you see like that it's made and the people are paid a fair price and that, it does make you want to buy it more.
I do care to the fact, almost kind of like where you care where your food comes from. It's the same exact thing. I want to know if, this is child labor laws over here, or, if this is a sweatshop here, or is this illegal, the type of things that are being made, and I'm wearing it, it's saying that I'm promoting it, and I'd rather not promote it. So.
IndustriAll Global Union, which had been heading the negotiations to convince brands to tie up for the pact, said it hoped that several more brands would join them. Other major brands which have signed up for the accord include Benetton, Sainsbury, C&A, Marks & Spencer's, Primark, Next, among others. The accord says that the retailers who signed up are committed to the goal of a safe and sustainable Bangladeshi ready-made garment industry, in which no worker needs to fear fires, building collapses, or other accidents that could be prevented with reasonable health and safety measures. The signatories to this agreement also agreed to set up a fire and building safety program in Bangladesh for a period of 5 years and welcomed a strong role for the International Labour Organization (ILO) through the Bangladesh office as well as through international programs to ensure that both the National Action Plan and the program foreseen by the signatories of this agreement get implemented. Bangladesh's garment industry, which accounts for 80% of the country's 24 billion annual exports, has become the base of an economy that was once reliant on aid. Labour unions and leaders have meanwhile stepped up their attack on Western retailers and slammed them for their anti-poor policies. They allege that many factory owners continue to be brazen in using their political links for breaching factory safety standards and rejection of minimum wages. There are approximately 4 million people working in about 4,500 factories in Bangladesh. The average monthly salary of a garment worker at a factory in Bangladesh is approximately $49, and of the 4,500 garment factories in Bangladesh, only 50 to 100 factories are mentioned as having achieved the required levels in workplace health and safety standards, in a report released by McKinsey & Company. Syed Sultanuddin Ahmed, a Deputy Executive Director of the Bangladesh Institute of Labour Studies, said that Bangladeshi garment workers had the lowest wages in the world and that such a business model could never be sustainable.
I would like to say that our workers' wage is the lowest of the world. So, if any business only depend the competitiveness of that and profit only depend on the low wage and less expenditure on the safety and environment, then I think that this business is never sustainable.
Ahmed further hoped that both the workers and the government of Bangladesh would work on a significant change in the situation and that it was the government's duty to make sure that the working conditions are improved.
Any work is better than no work. I think we should shift from that decent work is the right of the citizens, all the citizens. And that is, it's a government responsibility to ensure the decent work and to see the owners, the industry, ensure this decent work. European Union have $1 billion project for many activities. Why did they put a big portion of that money for to strengthening our safety condition, to support the government to monitor the things and compel the government to do it? Why they should depend only for government promise, and why only they will threatening? Both parties need to come forward for action.
Similar thoughts were expressed by Tapan Sen, General Secretary of the Centre of Indian Trade Unions (CITU). Sen slammed the Western retailers for the pathetic safety and work conditions of people in these garment factories.
So before a few days, a garment factory has been collapsed, a building has been collapsed in Bangladesh, and many labourers found in trouble. My question to you is, do you think the labour unions in Bangladesh should protest strongly, demanding more rights from these Western retailers?
Bangladesh, there is already a functional trade union movement is there. They have already demanded, they are agitating over that. And in Bangladesh, this is a very miserable accident that has taken place. More than 1,000 workers died because of the building collapse. Many people got miraculously rescued also. So that is the different part. The basic issue is that it is not only question of labor right, it is also a question of a basic responsibility to be observed by the employers in the workplace. How come a building get collapsed like that? It is definitely in the construction itself, there are certain basic problems because there was no earthquake, nothing of the sort. How could building collapse? Because whole construction was of that kind. And so that it collapsed, there is a negligence of municipal authority and all concerned. Because of that, around 1,000 workers lost their lives. So many people, many agencies should be held responsible and government should come heavily on them. It is not only issue of labor rights. Anywhere accident may take place, labor may die. Question is, when the workplace labor dies, if it is a question of workplace safety, that is in the production process, in the working process, there is a problem of safety of the workers. Definitely, it is a job of the employer to see that a proper safe working condition is provided and proper safety norms, both preventive safety, particularly preventive safety arrangement is put in place.
Sir, one more
that is the most important thing. So, on these, there is a negligence normally in everywhere, including in Bangladesh, and trade union movement is already protesting against that.
But on the other hand, US and European countries are promising better working conditions for labourers in Bangladesh after the garment factory collapse.
I don't know what
situation will change.
I don't know what US or European country suddenly they say like that. In their own country, they made the life of the workers horrible and miserable. In Bangladesh, they are going and simply looting their economy. And practically those companies, wherever they go, they only loot the people in connivance with the local government. So I don't think what help they will render. A building has collapsed, 1,000 people has died, okay, some compensation government has to give. I don't know how they are involved in that.
The European Union had said last month that it is considering adopting stricter standards on Bangladesh's clothing exports as it advised the country to spruce up workplace conditions and safety standards. However, labour experts in Bangladesh are of the view that the EU is being careless and it is to a certain extent at fault as half of Bangladesh's clothing production is exported to the European market. Meanwhile, American retailers are divided over joining the international plan to improve safety conditions in Bangladeshi garment factories because of concerns over legal liability. Some, like Walmart, want to set their own standards and meet them or exceed them. In Bangladesh, the opinion is whatever serves the interests of the workers is fine by them. Thank you for watching this episode of Bangladesh Today.